I hear my ancestors' native tongue for the first time. My eyes swell an ocean of history. Colonial ships landing ashore, craving gold, craving blood, craving ichor. A story decaying in memory. A collapsing skull speaking through rotting teeth. Hearing this erased gospel, my body remembers forgotten lullabies. Body knows this language was butchered to near extinction. Who'd hunt a tongue in pieces, who'd labor a decolonized expedition for every puzzle piece. As a child, I was fascinated by veins beneath my tongue, like roots searching for surviving language to overgrow every colonizer's lexicon. 1. English felt like prickly syllables, micro tongue cuts, reason why I break its colonized rules. 2. Spanish felt more like answer, but it was colonizers' false, gilded God. And 3. I'm aware of 1 and 2 every time my loving family encourages either language. A dentist told me I was tongue-tied, so I stretched out my tongue, or rather I started expanding my roots, started studying the blood evaporated by history. We didn't forget this tongue, it was yanked from the root, thieved from the hollows of our throats. I was born by force, mestizo, amor cajete, mortar and pestle of Spanish and Otomí, Hñahñü, Temoaya, born both colonizer and colonized, in my DNA born, war zone of blood and jaw and genocide and throat and erasure and tongue. I relearned my ancestral people's name that I knew. Otomí was also a colonizer's nickname. Their potentially truer, more rooted names, Hñahñü and Yuhu, sound like poems encapsulated within a single word, like a seed with an entire ecosystem inside, awaiting unlocking. 300,000 so strong, tongue rare except in my grandmother's mouth. Memory I learned through a screen and not linking hands or exchanging eyes or dancing tongues in communal tandem of meal and song. But these words are seedlings, germinating spark growths. Still learning this tongue and its genocidal history of derooting. Maybe I can plant new cornucopias in the wasteland hollow of my jaw, even if those who struggled before me still struggle today to remember the history pruned from their bleeding intergenerational mouths. But even within like my visual creative work, there's like this feeling of alchemy, of duality, of things transforming into each other through ancestry. I took this photo at a time where I was like, I don't know why I'm just feeling like this surge of energy. I really just wanted to channel this expression on my face of all the faces that have been printed and handed over to me through so much time and generations, and that is what was poured into these visuals. If you want to come talk to me, make some creative exchanges, stay connected, feel free to just come up to me, we'll have a conversation and stay connected that way. And this last poem is also in La Raíz, and this piece is just pure, straight up channeling Tonantzin. If you're familiar, she's a serpent goddess that is also rooted in both creation and destruction, and she has many forms, many names across various Mesoamerican cultures. I've even dreamt of her reaching out to me, and just with all this like sorrow and sadness for whatever reason, but I did my best to honor her energy in this piece, and this is a continuation of the La Raíz publication. Aslan has collapsed. Faceless, nameless, invisible inter-destruction, you find yourself within this panoptical museum of forests where the roots are full of intermixed blood. Despite rainfall, soil lacks petrichor, often smelling of burning flesh. I am reorientation, synthesized reincarnation, la antigua, Guatlicue, Silacoat, Nasoteo, Tonantzin, Guadalupe, Guadalupe. Soy la musa bruja. Upon my biogeographical epidermis I bear a 1,950-mile-long open wound of deserted bones scattered across frontiers. Remember those who crossed the Bering Straits, Heron campsites of Edenic Cochise origins. Remember cacti, perched eagles encompassed within burnt codexes. Serpent soul mother swallowed by conquistador spirits. Sun in grateful mouth. I am a rewritten body composed of ambivalent, recurved bone, self-sculpted complexion, contour, nucleic nucleus of magnetized transcendent valleys, mountains, deserts, cradling 1,000 sleepless serpent eyes, unafraid. Forced mestification of pestle and mortar. I crawled out the dripping esophagi of Columbus, of Pizarro, of Cortés, just a trinity out of many, and for this victory I am feared to crawl through so much red liquid and still unleash cyclic crimson waterfalls by way of the moon, feared to bend men's spines by day and kiss my lover by night. Her scales encapsulating lunar languages beyond the radical love I've unapologized for. Their colonial superiority, fiction, facade of manifestation, facade of destiny, agribusiness exploitation, silent invasion, shared crop, fractured seed, land locked, brown backs wet from conquistadores hurling bodies into torrential whirlpools, liminally, minimal, oppressive. Stand at the edge where earth touches ocean. crumble with the cliff, ride its implosion cautiously, set sail on novel chromatic stones, undeath the unskeletoned body, my child, unleash the shadow beast within, radicalize your etymology. Thank you so much. My name is Hector the Alchemist. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm also here in the page where Hector is published. Alright, Hector Hector the Alchemist is an HRDRB award-nominated songwriter, published writer, and creative clarity coach from Otomí territory, East Side San Jose. He offers multi-dimensional performance, intuitive and divine alchemic messaging rooted in his Hñahñü and Otomí lineage, neurodivergent queering of poetry and music for the global majority. GodGavesMusic.com. Alright, welcome Hector.
Thank you so much for having me here. I'm so honored. I didn't even know that Litcrawl was part of Litquake, and it was part of like one of the biggest literary festivals in the world. So I just really take that to heart, and I'm so happy that I get to be here for the first time from San Jose. A lot of my themes in my writing are about alchemy and ancestral healing, and that's what I'm going to be diving into today from some poems that were published in La Raíz, and these publications just led me on such a beautiful journey.
No, así es cuando se acaba. No vamos a irnos right at 6, like, okay, bye. En cada mirada, cada suspiro, verás como todo. Eres brisa fresca de la madrugada. Si algún día faltaras tú, no podría yo ver la No, let's just press that for videos, for photos.
Te tomo video.
Just take photos in the lower right corner. Just tap the lower right side.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Oh, you are with your
Sonrisa. No te ves, mi amor. Mira, tu papá ya está atrás. ¿Querías tomar video? ¿Que te tomo video? ¿Video o fotos? Video. Que quiere que le tome video, apenas te empecé a tomar video. Apenas te empecé.
I have seen some of the
Ya o más.
I am so excited to announce that I am going to be performing at the world's biggest literature festival, Litquake, in San Francisco, October 26th, 5 to 6 p.m. at Medicine for Nightmares. And I am just so excited because I'm going to be sharing my poetry that was published in La Raíz. And one of the poems was Native Tongue, Otomí, Hñahñü, and that poem is about my ancestry, it's about my detribalized indigenous roots, it's about colonialism, it's about ancestral healing, and I am just so honored that I was chosen to be part of this experience alongside other amazing poets after like over 10 years of creative writing, after over 5 years of performance, of being part of poetry slams and open mics. This feels like such an incredible moment that I get to share with you, and I am so excited for you to experience it as well. So if you want to be one of the first people to watch the performance video, or even better, if you want to be there in person in San Francisco, all you have to do is comment the word Litquake in the comments below, and I will send you more details so that you can join me October 26th, 5 to 6 p.m. in San Francisco at Medicine for Nightmares. Thank you so much to La Raíz Magazine, to Litquake, to Medicine for Nightmares, and to you, fellow alchemists, for supporting me and helping me make this possible. Thank you so much, fellow alchemists, and as always, trust your intuition. Peace.
I was born mestizo, Almolcajete, mortar and pestle of Spanish and Otomí. Born both colonizer and colonized in my DNA. Born war zone of blood and jaw and genocide, and throat and erasure and tongue. Yeah, I relearned my ancestral people, Otomí, was just another colonizer's nickname. Their true names, Hñahñü and Litquake, sound like poems encapsulated in a single word, like seed with entire ecosystem inside awaiting unlocking. 300,000 so strong, a tongue rare except in my grandmother's mouth memory. I learned through a screen, not linking hands or exchange